You get out of here.
I just want to borrow a bender.
You're borrowing shit.
Who wants to watch me do something stupid? Back to CSM TV. We're back and we're going to be working on the Colt today. I made a list, I think back in January, for one of the videos of stuff that needs to get done. So I got some of it, but today working on some sheet metal stuff to get done. So we got the button mount, vent cover, fuel cell cover. I'll show you what I got going on for those. We just got a couple things to knock out. Hopefully we can do it pretty quick while we're kind of caught up on things. So the vent cover, this guy right here, I've made a couple of them, whole different gauges or my wideband. I think it had my shift indicator. So I need to make a new one of these. We're going to use the same color. It's dark gray to match this guy, and then make a new one of these so we don't have these gauge holes here. So we'll make a new one of those, and then the fuel cell cover. That's going to be the tricky part. So I have this removable panel, this giant guy that was made when I had the a different size fuel cell, and upgrading to the Air Motive, little taller tank, and of course the in-tank pump makes it quite a bit taller. So I got a plan for that. Just got to kind of be careful. I don't want to make any bad cuts because I don't have a whole lot of that sheet aluminum left. I picked that stuff up from a scrapyard that was really cheap, and I've used most of it up. So to redo something could be a little tough, and I want everything to match. So we'll see. We'll start with some easy stuff. We'll start with the vent block off, and then go to the gauge stuff. Probably pull those and do them both at the same time. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so here's our template we're using, an old piece. It didn't work out for some reason, but I double checked it. Seems to fit well. So yeah, basically just need to cut out the shape, of course, and then just this hole and this guy. That's all the holes we'll need. The other holes were for something else. Then I got a nice big piece. Luckily, we can avoid this ding. Got our old piece here. We can cut out of this sheet. So let's go ahead and get to it. Earplugs, use them. Okay, we got both pieces cut out. Now we just need to drill some holes. was going to use a cutoff wheel, cut out a square, but I really like to look at a little cleaner with a circle. No, you're not going to see it, but we're going to try this and hopefully not tear anything up. Get some low speed. Alright, we'll try it. There we go. Now we just gotta see if it fits. Maybe we'll clean this up a little bit. We're gonna do that. I need to open these holes up just a hair. Alright. Now it should fit. Oh yeah, like a glove. Much better. We'll get this stuff bolted on and give her a test fit. Okay, both pieces are in. Looking pretty good. I have a little scratch right here, if you can see it. It's barely noticeable, so it's not a big deal. I slipped with the on tools, scratched it, but I think it'll be okay. It's not really noticeable. It might buff out actually. I don't know. I'm gonna move on to the fuel cell cover. So the plan is, I think I'm gonna cut both of these ends off so we don't have a big piece to move in and out if need be. It'd be a little bit easier. So this thing will fasten to all our fastener spots, and then I'll just have to make, I think I'm going to do brackets on the sides, and then I need to make a back piece. And then we'll Zeus that so that piece can come back off. So I think that's the plan. First thing we're going to do is cut these sides off and kind of go from there, and then we can play with the centerpiece, try to figure out where it needs to go. Okay, got our lines marked here for both sides. And I'm really surprised, actually, just measuring everything. It's actually really square. I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess I did a decent job when I first did it, so that's awesome. So, gonna be using this little Milwaukee, this little guy. It's what I used last time to cut all this out. It's actually really easy to use. I like it better than like a bigger death wheel because you get a little more control with this, and it's just sheet metal, so it's easier to cut. So with something this thin, it's easy to do. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so this is what we got here. So both side pieces are Zeus fastener down, both sides, and this is just kind of in place. This is what we have to build around. So I'm going to make some brackets that attach to this, to these guys, and then this will Zeus on top of that. And then we'll need a back piece to cover this whole area. And the front is going to be tricky because I'm going to have to somehow get that to line up or cut this and bend it up. Not real sure what. But I'm going to bust out some CAD and start messing around with it, and be back when I got something solid to show you guys. Okay, so this is what I got so far. I think this is going to be the easiest way to do it. Do have to move this fuel cell door, which actually isn't a bad thing because it's a little different than the other one. So it needs to come back because I put a bend in this guy, which I'm going to have to recut this panel for this hole, obviously. So not a big deal, kind of sucks because that's going to be hard to replicate and get exactly right, especially because I put a bend in it before I made a pattern, which, whatever, it happens. Maybe I'll make a CAD one and then do it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, got some CAD down here. Basically just a box. Those things, these little side pieces are going to be a little tricky, but I think it'll be okay. This thing will Zeus on and come back off. It'll look sort of like that. Then I'll have to fasten it. Jesus, just dropping everything. To fasten it down at the bottom and to these side panels, I think, and those will be removable. I think that's the plan so far. So I want to actually get this back piece done before I go any further. I think everything else will be a lot easier to actually make. So I got that piece ready to be cut out. So get everything measured out for the bends and for the cuts. This piece, you can see why I had this piece extra, because it's kind of dinged up, but the back piece won't matter too much. This piece I'll cut the new top out of. That seems to be the nicest spot. Once I cut those, there's not enough scrap, I don't think, to redo it. So gotta be, once again, gotta be pretty much perfect on it. So we'll see what we can do, and won't make you sit through me cutting stuff. We'll just get it cut, get it bent, and get it in the car. So see you back when that's finished. Okay, quick update. Got this back piece done and bolted in. I'll go ahead and just show you that. So I went ahead and I bolted it down. I used bolts instead of rivets, just so I can remove that piece. That piece could just be in the way of a lot of things. So being able to remove that's going to be, could be important. I don't know. But riveting it would be a pain in the ass anyways. Try to get a rivet gun down in there. And if I ever have to take it off, that would just be, I'd be cussing a lot. So bolting it down with that and some rib nuts, I think's the way to go. So does need a little bend. I used my buddy's bender, which we're kind of guessing went over there. Buddy I used loosely because it's my friend, but I don't know. My buddy Scott wouldn't let me film over there. He's kind of a dick, to be honest, and it's kind of hard to get him to do stuff. So like, we'll see if we can get back over there and get some pieces bent. All right, so we're at Scott's. We're gonna see if we can get his borrow his bender or something. What the fuck? What? All right, so we're at Scott's. We're gonna see how this goes. See if we can borrow the bender or whatever.
Ah, Mr. Anderson. I told you never to show your face around here again.
Hey man, I just need to.
Do you really need the bender that's bad for your car?
I just need a couple bends.
I might need a security deposit. How about your little cameraman there?
He doesn't look like he's going for it.
He said no. No bender.
Alright, bender acquired.
Bye now. Have a blessed day. Hope you have a good day.
Okay, we are back from Scott's. I already put the bender to work. Got the top piece pretty much finished. I still got to make the access panel for that, but it is bent. It's fastened to the back piece. So I got two Zeus guys going in, and they turned out pretty decent. The front ones I somehow did not screw up, so that's good. I just want to knock it out real quick, so I didn't do any videoing, but we will do that on the side panel, or at least one side panel, because it'll be the same process. So I do have a CAD cut out here of roughly what's going to go down. So I'm going to bend that guy, fasten it with Zeus's here. The bottom, I didn't have enough CAD, but it'll be bent and fastened to the floor. Then another bend, which again don't have enough CAD. Another bend fastened to the back of this, and we'll have a little flap guy here. I'll figure out how to fasten down somehow, but that's the plan for now. If the bottom bend doesn't work out, I can cut it off and make a bracket to hold it. So yeah, let's go ahead and pull our CAD out. We'll cut out the piece and start bending it and see if we can knock this out. All right, so I got everything laid out. Kind of see there's, so this is the side I'm cutting. This side actually almost made a big mistake and cut the wrong side. I put the the CAD, or mock-up CAD. I put it on the wrong way, so it would have been actually the bare aluminum facing out and not the gray. So this aluminum has a gray side that was powder coated or something, and then a bare aluminum. So almost did that, but I'm gonna leave it because I think this side should match. I gotta pull some of the wiring and double check it, but for now we're gonna cut out the piece we need, which is this guy, and hopefully it fits. Alright, got our piece cut, cleaned up, most of the way cleaned up. I still got a little, but whatever, we're test fitting. Well, test it first and then we might have to cut stuff. But got our lines marked for some bends. And see what we got. See if we can get this, make this happen. Alright, so we got our piece in. Seems to be fitting well. Ended up chopping off the bottom bend because it was a little too tall. So we'll have to put a bracket down there. Everything else fit in the way I kind of like. That piece, bare aluminum, I didn't really think about that when I did it, but I kind of like it the way it is, maybe. I don't know, I might cut it off later. The inside, we're gonna do next is there's this little bend right here that we're going to attach with some bolts. So we're going to drill out for that. Hopefully get this thing kind of solid, and then we can maybe Zeus fasten it or do the bottom bracket there. I'm not sure, but go ahead and get into it. Okay, we may have skipped a couple steps. I was in a hurry to get this done. I ended up going doing testing. I wonder if I said that in this video yet. And then we had streetcar takeover. So I had to kind of just knock out this stuff mostly pretty quick. I say mostly because it's not done. But I had to knock some stuff out, get it done enough to get to get to be able to run at the track and do all that stuff. So we got the top lid done-ish. Well, we got a Zeus fastened down. I marked out our hole for our fuel cell door, so we still got to do that. Need to make some braces, which I have marked out. I got some aluminum 90s we bent the bender, and we're going to put some braces here to brace these back part of the side panels here, and of course on this side as well, marked out as well for our holes, and we're going to rivet these guys in. Then I think drill and use bolts like we did back here for this side. So we can make it somewhat removable, I think. It doesn't need to be, but I don't know. We'll see. And I gotta I already made drilled holes. Gotta drill holes in both the floor and this piece. Rivet that down to secure this guy. She's still floppy. So got a little bit to do to finish it up. So let's go ahead and get back into it and get right back into working. All right, got this this bracket in and riveted. So this side's done as far as this side, or this part, I should say. Still got to do this bracket. Went ahead and did this bracket just so I can show you real quick how to do this, because I know this video is getting long and probably no one is watching right now. So whatever. Anyways, got this riveted up here and then bolted in the side. So got this bracket holding this side in, so once you pull the cover off, it's not all floppy like it was before. So just got to do this side. And what I did on this one, just kind of threw the bracket in. So then I will mark right there where I need to drill. I'll rivet that, and then once that's riveted in place, what I'll do is come back and just drill out the two holes for the bolts, and I just kind of pick random spots. Usually I'd measure it out, but it's kind of at a weird angle, so I just kind of pick where it's best, I guess. So go ahead and get that done, and then we can cut our lid off. All right, got some holes drilled. The rivets are hanging out in there just to check, make sure fitment. Got this line marked because I don't want to cut all the way to the edge, because this cover actually, there's some gap in it. It's hard to tell because it's sticking up. So I want to leave a little gap around this. I'm going to try to use a hole saw. Get a nice edge on these. This needs to actually cut all the way out, so I'll try to get in there and we'll get this all cut out. Be back when that's done. Alright, got our hole cut here, so now we got to rivet this thing on, and you got to kind of do it a specific way. There's 3 pieces: the trim piece, the lid, and the lock, I guess. But lock goes underneath. It's gonna rivet right in there somehow like that. And then of course you gotta line up all these rivets before you do it. So you don't wanna go crazy with the rivets right off the rip. And then the doors gotta rivet underneath and do those 3. So what I'm gonna do, start with these 4, and then I'll move to the lid and then this one. So alright, there she is. She is in. And with the $1 million question, see how this lines up. And man, that's about perfect. That's awesome. It's going to be a little bit tricky with the added height that we had to go with to actually get a fill in there. So we'll see when I got to do that, how that goes. Hopefully it'll be all right. I got a funnel I can use if need be, so it's no big deal. Anyways, one Zeus away, and then we can be refilling the car. Awesome. And then if we need to get to anything else, we can un-Zeus whatever, all these different panels back here. So it turned out pretty good. I dig it. See if I can get some better views here. I don't think you're going to. So what she kind of looks like. Kind of goofy, but work with what we got. Had to clear the fuel pump and the new fuel tank, so definitely not mad at it. Could have been better in a couple spots, but you know, that'll happen. So overall, I like it. So thanks for sticking with me. If you watched this whole video, I know it's kind of long, might be boring, I don't know, depends on you. But anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.